6:37 here on the Chris Berg Show on the We the People Network. It's a feel-good Friday. I'm not even playing this Saturday, and I already got goosebumps from that song. Holy cow, it's going to be rocking in the Fargo Dome. 3 o'clock kickoff. It will be the Thundering Herd. But will they be victorious? Oh, man, I could listen to this thing all day long. Coach, I know you got goosebumps, too, listening to this. With me right now, Coach Chris Kleiman. He is the defensive back coach for NDSU Bison, former defensive coordinator at UNI, also standout player at University of Northern Iowa as well. I don't know if he was quite as good as Kurt Warner, but he was definitely right up there. Kurt Warner was on the show yesterday. I had a chance to visit with him about this game. Coach Kleiman, you got a huge test, number 3 versus number 2 in the Fargo Dome. The quarterback from UNI just broke, I guess mine Kurt's record, apparently. The most consecutive passes without throwing an interception, 146. What are you and Marcus Williams going to do to turn the ball over and get some picks?
Well, for starters, I can't believe you held that record.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, I would have thought maybe Kurt or Jay Johnson, but you hold that record. That's pretty impressive.
Thanks. I'm not going to – I won't brag about myself here on the show, but there, with Dedrick Ward, as you said, with my wide receiver, he made me look good.
Yeah. No, the kid, Rennie's done a phenomenal job. I was obviously there last year and watched him as a first-year junior college player, and Charles did some really special things last year. But he turned the ball over a little bit, and this year, Coach Verduzco and the offensive staff have done an unbelievable job with Terrell, and Terrell's done an unbelievable job of not turning the football over. And as you know, in games, especially big games, that's a lot of times the key is, do you turn the ball over or do you hang on to it? And so we've got to find some ways to try to create a turnover to two to get the ball back to our offense. Now,
do they have a guy this year like a Dedrick Ward? I mean, is Marcus going to just man up on somebody and put him on Marcus Williams Island, or?
Yeah, they've got a lot of good receivers that have been around for a while. So to say they have a Dedrick Ward, that'd be a lot to say. Dedrick was on their staff last year, so I know he taught them a lot of the things that he did. So they're all dangerous. I know that.
Oh, Dedrick's on their staff last year?
Yeah, he was there last year.
Oh, that's going to be – I cannot wait for this game. I mean, just hearing that Thunder by AC/DC, did you get goosebumps like I did?
Yes, I did.
Visualizing you guys, getting ready to run out into the Fargo Dome Saturday. Again, 3 o'clock. With me right now, Coach Chris Kleiman, defensive back coach at NDSU, was at UNI as a D coordinator. Coach, all week I've been talking about this game, and I think, and I know you're going to be humble about this, but if you don't mind for a few minutes, don't be humble. Because I think you are going to be the X factor. And here's what I mean by that. If you remember, John Gruden was with the Raiders for a while. He went over to Tampa Bay. And I remember watching, the NFL films about this. And all the Tampa Bay guys were like, man, Gannon would walk up to the line in the Super Bowl, and we knew what they were doing before they did. Gruden had these guys so wired, we know where the ball was going before they did. And I think you're going to be able to bring that same kind of X factor this Saturday. Am I right, or am I missing something?
You know what? I don't think you're right.
Don't be humble. Come on, Coach.
I don't think you. These guys on that offensive staff. Now, a lot of them are my good buddies because I've known them for a long time. They're a really good offensive staff, and they do a lot of good things, and they change things up, and they don't have good tendencies on things, and they really make it hard for any defense to try to pick up on what they're doing. And we've talked. It still comes down to a talent ability. Do their kids make plays or do our kids make plays? And I think that's, it still comes down to, do you execute the game plan? And if you execute it and it just balls in the air, who makes that play? If it's open field tackle, if it's a block, those type of things, that's going to play a lot more role in it than anything that I could bring to the table. I'm positive of that. It's still going to come down to the kids.
Well, it's been great to see with the job you've been doing with the defensive backs. I mean, clearly Marcus Williams and other guys have really stepped up their game. I want to talk about some weaknesses here that you do see on film. Clearly, you've been watching a lot more film on their offense than defense, but just from your history there, I'm sure you've got some ideas on both. So let's start with the defense for UNI. Let's start for the offense in UNI. What's their biggest weakness? What do you think the NDSU defense can exploit come Saturday?
I don't know if they have a weakness, and
Wow.
that's being honest. I don't know if they have a weakness, because they're not turning the ball over. They're able to run it, and they're able to get big plays. And that's kind of been the motto of Northern Iowa football is you don't turn the ball over. You're able to run the football to control the clock, but then you can get the big play behind it. And so that's where, we've been kind of picking at it, trying to find weaknesses, and you really can't find any. You honestly cannot find any because they have such good skill kids, and the quarterback's playing so well that we've got to create things. We've got to make plays on defense ourselves because they're not just going to give you the game at all.
This kind of is a question that puts you in a weird position, but I mean, honestly, have you been a little bit, because I have been a little bit surprised by Brock Jensen's play this year? I mean, he's been steady Eddie. I mean, great completion percentage has been kind of a pleasant surprise for you guys.
Well, and I don't get a chance to watch him probably as much as even you do because I'm making adjustments on the sideline, but the kid's just been dynamite. And as a sophomore quarterback, to see his confidence continue to grow and grow and grow every week, and playing the position, that's a lot of it.
It
is having confidence, and things are going well for you, and it makes the game kind of slow down for you a little bit.
Again, Coach Chris Kleiman with his defensive back coach for NDSU. Coach, I got to play this for you just to have some fun and get a laugh out of you. This is Kurt from yesterday. This Saturday, we've got number 3 versus number 2, NDSU versus UNI. Who wins this Saturday?
Well, I mean, I'm going with the Panthers, of course.
I mean, you knew it was coming, but it was just to get his response was great. Any comments on Kurt or that?
Well, I wouldn't have expected Kurt
wouldn't either,
to go any other way with it,
But just his pause, he was like, come on, Berg, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You had to ask him, though. That was good. You had to ask him that one.
I had just to see if he was going to give us kind of an objective approach because it was fun. We were asking him, like, hey, who's the best quarterback in the league today and that kind of stuff. One other question I got from an emailer, he said, there's rumors in Cedar Falls that you made a move up here to NDSU because you thought, hey, this is going to be a great way for me to position myself as a head coach back at UNI. Any truth to that?
No, I'm just coaching here day by day and loving it. And it's a great situation for us, and my family and I really enjoy it. Coach Bull's really been good to myself and my family, and we're excited about this season and keep rolling with it.
Well, Coach, I want to just say congratulations on all your success. It's been great to watch the pub this week on you because you've just been doing such an outstanding job with the DBs. And when you see Coach Farley and Coach Solomon and those guys, please tell them I said hello, will you?
I will do it. Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach. Good luck on Saturday. Again, Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Number 3, NDSU versus number 2, UNI. Boy, it is going to be absolutely rocking in the Fargo Dome. Stay